My name is Ethan Walker, and 3 years ago I bought a beautiful mansion on the edge of Lake Harmony. The property was everything I had worked for. After spending 15 years building my software company, I finally had enough money to purchase my dream home, a massive estate with a private dock, rolling lawns, and a breathtaking view of the mountains. Because my business required frequent travel, I often spent weeks away at a time. But I had security cameras, a property manager, and every reason to believe my home was safe. Then one business trip changed everything. I was supposed to spend 6 weeks in Europe negotiating a major contract. However, after only 3 weeks, the deal wrapped up much earlier than expected. Excited to surprise my family, I booked the first flight home. As my SUV rolled through the front gates late that evening, something felt wrong. The lights inside the mansion were on. I frowned. I always shut everything down before leaving. Then I noticed another vehicle parked in my driveway. A white luxury SUV? I had never seen it before. My stomach tightened. Maybe my property manager was checking something. But as I walked toward the front door, I froze. There was a welcome wreath hanging on the entrance. I certainly hadn't put it there. I unlocked the door and stepped inside. The moment I entered, a woman screamed, "What are you doing in my house?" Standing in my living room was a middle-aged woman wearing expensive jewelry and holding a wine glass. Behind her were several people sitting on my furniture. My furniture. For a second, I genuinely wondered if I had entered the wrong house. Then reality hit me. These strangers were living in my mansion. "What are you doing here?" I demanded. The woman crossed her arms confidently. "This property belongs to the HOA now." I blinked. "What?" "The Homeowners Association acquired it after violations." I stared at her in disbelief. "I own this house." She laughed. "No, you used to own it." The guests behind her started smirking. Apparently, they thought I was some confused intruder. Then the woman pointed toward the door. "You need to leave immediately." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Leave? From my own mansion? I pulled out my phone and opened the property records app. The deed was still under my name. Nothing had changed. I showed her the screen. She barely looked. "Fake documents." That was when I realized she wasn't mistaken.